When I looked up to heaven, there before me a radiant sight, God's heavenly orchestra, bathed in His glorious light. The music was angelic, the singers in perfect harmony. They played with joy, hope, and love. It was pure artistry. God's orchestra picked by His own hand to play sweet music before the entire land. I realized I knew who was in the band, and I rejoiced with joy and started to clap my hands. I saw King David singing back up and strumming his harp, and Miriam, Moses' sister, with her lyre tuned to D sharp. Remember her, she led the women in song by the Red Sea, tambourine in hand, rejoicing in their newfound liberty. God's orchestra picked by His own hand to play sweet music before the entire land. I saw Deborah the prophetess, who sang with Barak a victory song, triumphant over enemies who had oppressed for so long. She danced with cymbals, celebrating with uncontainable joy, and played a duet with jubal, lyre, and flute, a heavenly ploy. Then came Isaiah, whose words foretold Christ with poetic grace. I knew he helped write the lyrics sung in that sacred place. God's orchestra picked by His own hand to play sweet music before the entire land. Ethan the Levite stood tall, prophesying with his song, bronze cymbals in hand. He'd been playing since dawn. Is that Peter playing the trumpet like he was an archangel? He always liked the attention. Funny now, I can't bear it. God's orchestra picked by His own hand to play sweet music before the entire land. Paul was also there, playing the violin like a pro, making a wonderful noise so fast I couldn't see the bow. In the audience sat Solomon, who played no instrument, but ensured the temple dedications were filled with musical intent. God's orchestra picked by His own hand to play sweet music before the entire land. Beside Him were the apostles, who taught us to sing and praise for all the love and blessings Jesus brought to our days. This orchestra and choir stood before God's throne, creating music so sweet, soothing, and warmly known. Not only did I see it clouds soon appeared to erase the sight from my eyes. Yet my heart held on to the music, and my spirit began to rise. I wasn't sad that the sky turned a different hue, because I hold on to His promise that time cannot undo. God's orchestra picked by His own hand to play sweet music before the entire land. You see, one day I'll sit with those wonderful souls, listening to God's orchestra as I reach my heavenly goal.